309 is what you're at now.
Yeah.
Fuck, I remember when... Oh, am I allowed to swear in this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you just bleep it out, though?
Just don't say because otherwise then I've got to put a beep over it.
All right, so what if I said it with a K?
Yeah, then it's okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I remember doing this with your old man when we first started doing it.
Yeah, you were the first one. Yeah.
It used to be me just eating food and then saying random questions and answering them on my Facebook.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I had Michelle in it a couple of times, then Janelle, and then your old man started chatting with me, and we
Go every week. Yeah.
then we turned it into Thursday Thunder.
That's right. You know, this is the opening to the whole video, isn't it?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
back. Woo,
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Sam's back. Welcome.
Yeah.
You're back at the gym. We haven't had you on since you come back.
No.
No. You've been back like 5 months.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Has it been that long already?
Yeah, January. We're in basically June nearly now. Yeah.
I'm really happy to be back. Hey.
It's good.
Yeah, man. I love the atmosphere.
Well, let's talk about it. He's back. Gotta get comfy. Yeah, you're back. So your whole coaching program and everything's through here now.
Yep.
PTing, everything. So yeah, you enjoying it?
Man, you know what? Like, it was nice having my own space, but I did miss seeing, people.
Yep.
So it's been super refreshing.
Yeah, yep.
So yeah, no, it's been great. And the atmosphere's the same as when I left. It's the same, I walked in and I'm like, oh, it's the same people that were here before.
There's people here that have been here because we've had it now. It'll be 11 years this year. There's people here that are still here from when you started.
Yeah, even before I started.
Yeah. There's people that I've, like during the day you'll see them, and they're people that I was training here because 3 years before we bought
that's
it.
right. This was your gym that you were training
Yeah, so it was re-energized before we got it.
Man,
and
I don't know. Like when I first walked in here, I was like, this isn't a gym.
yeah,
This is a piece of shit.
yeah, it was half the size it is, and it was carpet on the floor. So like if you drop a dumbbell or something, like you could hear the concrete break underneath.
They were those cast iron dumbbells too. Like I actually broke one of them, dropped it, and it snapped in half. And I was like,
the amount of times, because the only space that had a little bit of matting was around the dumbbells, and it was like 2 mil thick rubber.
Yeah.
Like stuff that you would use as a doormat essentially.
man, I remember day one. It was like your old man was like, "All right, here's a sledgehammer. Go knock out that wall."
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah, it was great.
That was some hard fucking work.
Yeah.
Oh, we got there.
Yeah, manual labor.
Yeah. So it's been really good to be back.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. And even I found, we were chatting about it, me and the old man the other week, is that it's the best thing we did having you guys come back, because even the amount of people that's come from the base has been great, because it's just everybody, like the atmosphere here is, having more people around constantly is such a good thing. Like even during the day, like you train during the day and sometimes there's 20 people at 10 o'clock here. You're like, normally there was 2. Yeah. Weekends are wild. Like Saturdays, it's ridiculous here.
Yeah, lots of my clients come in.
Yeah.
Lots of my competitor clients. It's like a little group thing that we got going.
Yeah.
Makes it more fun.
100%. Yeah. That's good. It's good having everybody back.
Comp prep alone is never fun.
No. Well, that's why I love seeing the, we were chatting yesterday, the step competition now.
Oh, dude. Fuck me. He just, you know what? Michelle and I were talking about it one of the other nights. She's like, oh, how's your prep going and stuff? I'm like, it's going really good, except I just haven't beat steps with Scotty yet.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 weeks. Like every day I would walk in and be like, what'd you get yesterday, Scotty? And like, oh, I got like 2,100. I'd be like, he hit me by like 200 steps.
Yeah, so for context, Sam and Scotty have been having a step competition each day. So, yeah, what's the average? Scotty gets like 20, 30,000. Yeah.
He's always getting 20,000.
It's always over 20. So now it's turned into in between reps and sets, you're just walking around the gym trying to get your steps up.
Which, as like a... For people that are prepping who are like, oh, I don't have time to get steps in, or oh, I can't fit in cardio. One, that's bullshit, because you can always find time to get shit done. But if you can't do it out time of being in the gym, do it while you're at the actual gym.
Yeah, well, let's get into it, because that's why you're here now, because you had a few things you want to talk about with comp prep and everything. So let's jump into it. So yeah, that's a good little tip for everybody that's, I don't have time or don't want to wake up, because everybody's got time to wake up an hour earlier. Yeah. Don't want to, but you got it. But if you need to get, let's say it's 15,000 steps a day, just walk around all the time.
So like, let's say most people do at least an hour of weight training. Or if you're competing, I'm assuming that you're doing at least maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So let's just say that, you're doing 1 hour of weight training. And if you were to do a set and then you walk around the gym, you do about 200 steps in between in your rest before you do another set. You do that with every single exercise, you probably accumulate another 3,000 steps in your day.
Yeah.
Which is a shitload. And that way then, you've been able to do it at the time that you're already at the
Well,
gym.
yeah, there's like 20, if you're aiming for, say, 15,000 steps, there's 20% of your steps done straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a blessing.
Yeah,
So, and then I feel less lazy. I'm not going to be distracted in the middle of my actual set.
You're not talking and just looking on your phone.
Yeah, my God, that shits me. I mean, like, fortunately, like here, I haven't seen a lot of people do that where you're like, get off your fucking phone.
Yeah.
So there's always time that you can fit in to do more steps. And and all the people that are competing or that have competed that have done more cardio generally look leaner than most people.
Yeah, I think that's what we were chatting about it the other week about cardio for a lot of people and even yourself. It's come back into a prep because I think people realize the people that are winning these shows convincing and look at the standouts are the ones that are doing cardio every day.
They're doing it every day.
Yeah, and it's not even. Let's just even take comp prep out of it. It's good for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your heart.
But all the guys that come in the best condition, they're the ones that obviously the diet's there, but they're throwing cardio in.
Yeah.
And they get that. It's a different look because you can get shredded without cardio. Not saying that, but it's like the guys that then are completely peeled to the bone.
Yep.
Generally, are the ones that are doing the cardio.
They're doing more.
Yeah,
they're doing
more output.
More output.
Yeah, and there's only a certain amount of weights you can do all day, every day.
Well, yeah.
But if you can keep moving all day.
Well, one of my preps I did, instead of doing cardio, because I really hated doing it at that time, I would go back to the gym at night time and do another weight session where I would do just like arms, abs, or calves.
Yep.
So I know it wasn't exactly, cardio.
But you just more intensity
I was doing more.
Yeah. I mean, good example is your client, Aaron.
Oh, my God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, he's one that you kind of need to stop moving, but what's he do? Like 10K walking every morning, basically?
So from what he's told me, every morning he does a 10-kilometer walk.
I got a feeling he's lying to you and he's doing more.
I don't, probably.
Yeah.
Probably is doing more. So he would walk first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And then he has an office job, but he makes phone calls and does these meetings while walking. So he's like, let's go for a walk. So it's like a productive meeting for him. Then in his lunch break, he does some cardio.
Yep.
Then when he gets home, he obviously goes to the gym and then he'll do the same thing. He'll pace around the gym while he's at the gym. And then he finishes by doing like a little bit of a sprint or something afterwards.
Yeah.
And then when he gets home, sometimes his wife's like, hey, do you want to go for a walk?
Yeah.
And he's,
he's going to do it. Yeah.
I think he's averaging between 20 and 30,000 steps. However, he's eating a lot of food and he's already down to 4.4% the last time I saw him.
Yeah, stupid.
At
what, 16 weeks out?
Just under 19 weeks now.
Still 19, yeah.
So he got down to 3.7%, I think, the last time he competed. So he's less than 1% to go.
Yeah, yep.
With 18 weeks.
Yeah, might need to coast into the show a little bit.
Yeah, well, I keep telling him, I'm like, slow down, man.
Yeah.
He did have a big cheat meal on Mother's Day, apparently, but from the pictures that he's shown me.
He probably got leaner.
He probably is. I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But comp prep, the reson why I wanted to...
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
Is like the post-comp.
Yes.
So like after competitions is where you hear the most crap of people like...
Yep.
One, they're either going to blow out and turn into, and feel like a piece of shit, and they make themselves look like a piece of shit.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's bad. I mean, like, too many people get hyper-fixated on this is the end goal and this is the only thing that's important.
Yeah, like getting to the stages, that's it, and there's nothing to do. Yeah, that's the be-all and end-all.
Yeah. And then that's where they set themselves up to fail because they're like, I'm working really hard for this one day. Then that day comes, it's epic. You have such a good time and you want to do it again. But then they've lost that sense of like that driven goal that they're trying to achieve. And then, they start eating heaps of shit, stop doing the exercise that they're doing. They start getting a bit depressed because, obviously your body's changing.
You put on a little bit of fat and that mentally screws with you which is normal.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think people... Yeah, like... getting down to 5% isn't like a normal thing that you're meant to stay at.
No.
Yeah.
That, and then like...
Yeah.
Oh, it's just... There's a lot of effort that you put into it.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
Yeah.
And it can be a bit, it can mess with your head.
100%, yeah.
So
what are your tips? So I think that's what you wanted to say, because you've had it with a few of your clients. I know Adrian's had it with some of his... Most coaches probably deal with the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's probably a very common thing.
Well, you got to put on that weight regardless, right? So you're either going to put it on really, really fast, or you can slowly put it on. But either way, it's going to go on.
Yeah.
But there's still like you want to honor your health. But to make the process more enjoyable, rather than being super hyper fixated on the actual day of competition, be more present in the process that you're actually doing and learn to love that process.
Yep.
Because then once the comp's done, you're more likely to continue doing that bit of cardio, which is making you healthy.
Yeah.
You'll continue to keep eating better foods. I mean, like if you're competing, most people are eating very regimented and that's what your body's used to. You can't just go straight eating like pizza and ice cream and drinking to alcohol. Of course, your body isn't going to respond the way that you want it to. And you can't blame
something
your coach
that you've
for
cut out for 6 months in some circumstances, and then you're like, oh, I'm just going to go back to completely normalcy and just throw everything back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to feel like shit.
Story time for one person that did that. And he's he was one of my clients.
Yeah.
And he's a person that trains here at this gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason, I'm sure that he would be able to add to this.
Oh, he'll know. Yeah.
So one time that he competed, after the competition, he went to Nordburger. He ate like 2 burgers, fries, milkshakes, stuff that his body wasn't used to. Then he just kept picking at chocolate. And then it was pretty much for 2 days straight. He just didn't stop eating.
Yep.
And he put on 14 kilos in 2 days. The fluid retention was that bad.
Yeah.
He was like a marshmallow you'd push into him and it would like stay there.
Like the indent of the finger? Yeah.
Really bad. Like that's like you could almost die.
Yeah.
So he learned his lesson that year. Because like 2 days, he went from like, he was the leanest I've ever seen. Well, him and for his credit, most people, he was the leanest I've seen pretty much anyone get to.
Yeah.
So then 2 days later, it was like, did you competed?
Yeah. Are you okay?
He just looked like he had horrible fake tan.
Yeah.
Like a marshmallow.
Yep. Yeah, fuck.
So making the process more an enjoyable process will make that outcome a lot nicer afterwards.
Yeah. And I wonder if, and this is something that we've noticed a lot with competitors, is the return rate of a lot of competitors.
Oh, yeah, it's down.
It's down a lot. Like people do a show, they say they love it, but then you never see them again.
Yeah.
So, and they might even do quite well.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably a big contributing factor is the post-comp blues that people get and they balloon out and they feel like shit, mess with their head.
Yeah.
That's probably enough to put off people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's understandable in that sense. But if you've got a plan or you're enjoying what you're doing and you get into the thing of that, this is the lifestyle I'm living and I want to compete again. And you don't do all these things after the comp to kind of throw you out, you'll probably see a return of a lot of these people that are saying, hey, bodybuilding's shit because they had a bad experience post-comp.
Yeah. Bodybuilding ruined my body.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Your shitty food habits.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
Yeah. Personal responsibility needs to be there.
Oh, my God. Help me, Lord.
Yeah. Like, that we see it all the time is that, you hear people talk about it. And even I do it. It's like you binge on a food and you're like, I feel like shit, but I chose to do it.
It just exacerbates your circumstances that you're in.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, I feel shit because I eat and I eat because I feel shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe one of those things, you can fix there.
Yeah. So post-comp, that it can suck if you don't do it the right way.
So having a plan post-comp is a big thing, but also, not even necessarily changing anything up, but like just learning to stick to the rhythm and the routine of it is probably a big thing. Because you see it, and your clients, we were talking about a few of them, is that they throw out the routine that they've lived for 6 to 12 months overnight. Yeah. And then they're wondering why, I've lost motivation to train. I don't want to eat the same sort of meals. I don't want to eat even just responsibly. Even if you throw in a bit of, not even necessarily unhealthy food, but like a bit more calorie dense sort of foods or anything like that. But they throw out everything. And it's like, I'm not even training 5 times. Let's just say diet goes out the window, but they stop training. Yeah. Yeah, and you're like, well, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to look like shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, man, I've been competing for now, I started in 2010.
Yeah.
And I've had many bad times where I've been like, I've learned my lesson. I won't do that again.
Yeah.
But, I try to stay as good as I can in my off season.
Yeah.
But man, come back to what you said before. There's a lot of people that have competed and then they never compete again. Yeah, that's really frustrating. There's a lot of people that have like such good potential.
Well, we see it every time, and it's not just women; it's guys too.
Yeah,
and but there's a lot of these guys that they get into this thing, and you're like, if you do back to back, or take a year off and then come back bigger and better, you'll probably win the show. Yeah. And there's people that have come like just that close, and you're like, fuck, if you just come in that little bit better the next time,
a little bit more time,
you're gonna win the entire show, and you never see him again. And it's generally when you chat to them, it is like they'll always go, it screwed me up. And it's like, well, did it do it? Or was it some of the decision-making post-comp that you threw out completely?
Yep.
Yeah. So...
that can be a little bit disappointing because there's some people that have great potential to have a really big future in sport and become a pro.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they ruin it.
Well, it's also even the people that then do come back, and the people that are the ones that are getting better results every time are the people that stick with that routine. Yep. But then you get people that do come back and they do exactly what we said, that they throw it out for 6 months and, they go start eating shit, they don't train or anything. And then their comp prep, they go, oh, I'm going to compete again. But their comp prep is that much harder and they never improve because they're constantly just trying to battle against the damage they've done from the post-comp.
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
Using the pressure of comp prep to make them get into a better condition.
Yeah, and then it's just comp prep that's keeping them in condition. It's not actually...
Not doing it for the right reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Like your health and your body.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I love my fucking body and I don't want to ruin this thing.
No.
I've only got one of them.
Yeah.
Why would I want to...
Yeah, look after your meat vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. this is all I get.
Yeah.
It's not like... I can go get a new arm or a new fucking leg or a new liver, new kidneys.
Yeah.
All I've got is that.
Yeah.
So if I don't look after this, then I'm not going to get, one, longevity in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I'm going to feel like a piece of shit. So you want to make sure you're doing the right thing on season, off season, if you're competing, if you're not competing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this is your vessel.
100%. Yeah. I think that's a good one.
Yeah. That's why we like natural bodybuilding.
Yeah, look after your body.
So yeah, I'll just digress.
Yeah, what's the summary?
Just make it a more enjoyable process and learn to love the actual process that you're on, which will make you longevity one within the sport, and you'll continue to keep coming back and improve.
Yep.
I mean, that's
pretty simple.
basically what I was getting at.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's good. I think there's a few clips. I think there's a few clips there that people can take out.
Wicked.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be good.
I don't know how you do all this editing shit, man. I got no idea.
What was that?
I don't know how you do any of this editing stuff.
I don't do a lot.
Oh.
No. So I'm going to be honest, editing this will be
Stop.
It's done, and clip out that and probably beep a couple of things the swears. And if I say
yep.
So that's covered now.
With a K.
Yeah. And then that's about it. Yeah. Cut a couple of reels up, put them on the page.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So there'll be a few there. There's a few gems there.
Well, if there's any questions about post-comp or if anyone wants to share a story, I'd be,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I bet you there's some absolute horror stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear some more horror stories.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Yeah,
it's good because
the more compilation of horror stories.
The more horror stories you've got, it'll help to for people in future to be like, well, I better not do that.
Yeah.
Learn from
Jason actually would be a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I wonder if he's got a photo of it.
You should see if you can get him on here one day to actually share that story properly.
Yeah.
I get all of my clients if he's here at the gym and I'm talking to them, I'm like, hey, after competition, you better not fucking do anything stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, you go talk to that person.
Yeah.
And then when they do, they're like, oh, okay, I'll be better. Yeah, you damn will.
Yeah, fuck. I'll have a chat with him. Surely, even if he can get me a photo, because I'm sure he's got a photo.
Surely.
Yeah, there's one there that's just a reminder.
It was so bad. So bad. That's the worst that I've known.
Yeah. We've heard of a few ones where people just ballooned up, but not to that degree. Not in that short amount of time. You hear of I've gained 10 kilos over 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of normal.
And it's it's a lot, but it's well, you're getting water and you're getting everything else back in, kind of understandable you're going to gain it. But in 2 days, aggressive.
2 days, 14. Oh, the poor guy.
Yeah, make better decisions.
Oh, totally.
That was good. Yeah. Do have a little bit of sup talk to talk about.
Cool. I don't know heaps about sups, hey.
Do you want to break down some products?
If you, roll them on down. Let's have a look here what we got.
We've just got some new flavors more than anything. So this is the latest flavor of Cross-Eyed that's come in. You've used Cross-Eyed.
I've used that one. Yeah.
So Poisonous Passion Fruit is the latest flavor in that one.
Oh, what an epic name.
Yeah. So they're up to 4 now. Can't for life of me remember all the quirky names of the original ones, but it's the same formula obviously and everything. 400 mg of caffeine if you do the full 2 scoops. Heap of citrulline, beta-alanine, all the good stuff. Heap of nootropics as well. So it's a really well-rounded formula. But if you want one that hits you in the face and, kind of stimulates you.
I think, I can't remember what flavors I tried, but I do remember that this one did taste good and I did feel a bit, cross-eyed off my face.
Yeah. So they do it as a 1 or a 2 scoop. 1 scoop is fantastic if you don't want to just redline your system on nearly half a gram of stimulants.
That's how I live my life.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people in comp prep do. Yeah. But that's why it's a fantastic one if you're looking for an all-rounder high stim, 40 scoops, or then 20 serves if you do the full 2 scoop serving size. So that's available now in 4 flavors. Same price, $69.95. So that's the latest one in that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And you've used it a couple of times, haven't you?
Yeah. This is if there was if I'm looking for a high stim,
It's a good one because it's a high stim, but it's clean. Like we've used a couple of the American formulas of the high stimulant ones, and you just end up getting paranoid.
Some days you just want to feel off your face training. Like you just want that height.
Well, I love them on deadlift day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leg day.
Maybe that's why when we were chatting yesterday about like heart rate staying at like a consistent rate after deadlifts, it's just because there's
probably
a high stim pre-workout in there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that one. And then we've got a couple of, this is up your alley, a couple of new plant-based products.
Ooh.
So the latest flavour in Switch Nutrition's protein range are salted caramel. So it takes it up to 4 flavours now in that one. They've got a peanut butter, chocolate and vanilla. And now the new salted caramel.
Okay.
So that one's an interesting one because it's pumpkin, watermelon and hemp seed as the main sources. So it's quite the consistency of it. So plant-based proteins can be a little bit
some of them can
gritty and sandy sort of consistency, or just super thick and dense sort of
I think it's 9 years now that I've been a vegan, and I've tried a plethora of different plant-based proteins. Most of them are really shit.
Yeah. But they're getting, and I think the emphasis on, and it's not even like because of people for eating plant-based or anything like that. A lot of people are using, like I use a plant-based protein for digestive reasons. Yeah. Like it's just sits better in my stomach, so I just find it's a lot better in that sense. But they're getting better. They're getting better with their flavoring, and even the sources of protein are getting a little bit better because of that. So they're
not getting as thick.
No, so the ones that are real thick and dense are generally the ones that just use like brown rice and pea protein.
Oh man,
because they're super dense, and then they're also super grainy and gritty. So you find that you're just almost chewing it down.
Oh, you just add more water and it just keeps getting thicker.
It just expands more. Yeah. Whereas these ones, the ones that use the kind of variety sources, which the pumpkin seed, watermelon seed, hemp seed, I think there is some pea protein in there as well. They're really good because it's diversifying the sources, but also then it's a lot thinner sort of consistency.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah, it's more of a easy to drink sort of formula, and it still fills you up quite the same as all the other plant-based proteins.
Yep.
But yeah, real easy in the system.
Good old fiber.
Really good. So that one's in stock now, $69.95. Like I said, 4 flavors, and that's in the 1 kilo.
Yeah, the macros of it are great too. Yeah, I mean that's
good clean protein.
Yeah,
and naturally sweetened as well if you want to avoid any artificials. So great all rounder. So that's in now, and then the other newbie from Switch is their new plant-based protein bar flavors.
Ooh,
yeah. Right. So they got 2 new ones. They got cookies and cream and choc Rocky Road as the 2 new flavors.
All right.
And these ones are great because they're quite a gut-friendly sort of formula. So they add some prebiotics, probiotics into there, and then all plant-based sources, high in fiber, and you can eat one and it doesn't sit in your stomach like a rock and make you feel like shit. Which a lot of the other bars, because they're super dense and thick, they sit like a rock, and you don't want to eat. Like you have it and you're like, I'm just having it as a snack, and then 4 hours later you're like, I feel like shit because you've had a ridiculous protein bar. So that's what's good about these. Man, but
I once ate a whole box of Maxine Burn bars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a real bad time. I was just like, I just binged on them.
They come out like horrible later.
So bad.
You're bound up for a little bit too.
I was actually in the middle of it. Like I ate them during the day, and then like I had a PT, like a client, and I was training. I'm like, I'm in so much pain.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got to go home. Hey. Yeah. And I had to leave. I think even this is when I used to work here, and I was like, Kim, I'm
that was
home,
here.
Yeah. I'm like, I got to go home. I don't feel good. And I was on my motorbike, so I'm riding home, and like every bump on the bike, I was just like, Got home, I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me, and then I, just had so much gas.
Yeah.
Shit, it was bad. Yeah. So I've learnt my lesson. Don't eat a whole box.
Yeah. Maybe one.
Yeah. Just one at a time.
I'd be curious to see what happens with these ones. But the good thing, they're gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan-friendly, all that sort of
20
stuff.
20 grams of protein per bar.
Good clean bar. They're about 200 calories. So they are a little bit more calorie dense than some of the super lean bars. But in the end, if you're using it as a smaller sort of snack, it's still going to be less damage than what...
Well, even after training, you want to have carbohydrates after training. So
yeah, super fun. But they're in stock. There's 6 flavors now. So they got choc peanut butter, choc berry ripe.
And they're all vegan ones?
All of them are vegan. Yeah. I can't remember the rest of it. Choc pineapple something.
I like that. Inclusive. Brands that do inclusive things.
That's what's good about Switch. All their products. So they've got, they do have a whey protein, but everything they do now is not necessarily directly just for vegans, but they're all doing it inclusive of, it doesn't contain any animal products. So it can reach everybody.
Yeah.
And the good thing about their entire range is they're all either holistic based or then natural based with their flavoring as well. So if you want to avoid any artificials with any of the range, but you still want some good quality products, they're one of the best ranges. And good Aussie company as well.
I've been using their the adrenal switch stuff.
Yeah.
It's been helping with my sleep score.
It's fantastic. Yeah, adrenal is one of our most popular ones from them. So it's magnesium, ashwagandha, zinc, magnesium, high dose zinc, magnesium, ashwagandha, and what else is it? That's the main sort of things anyway. But yeah, you take it before bed because you got the chocolate flavor, didn't you? Yeah. It's like a hot chocolate. You can have it as a hot chocolate before bed. Yeah. Really good. And it's like 5 calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great for comp prep.
Yeah. So fantastic if you want to kind of fill the void of missing out on those sort of things.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So yeah, I've got a full restock of all the Switch range, but that's in now. So they're the latest ones. And then the last thing I want to touch on, we've got a little bit of apparel.
Hey.
Some shirts. So we got some apparel. We did an apparel drop last month where it was pre-order.
Yeah.
But then I ordered some extras just to have in the shop. So we've got some basic Australian Muscle tees in now, and they're just the standard sort of Crest logo tees. I think that's what they called it.
I already thought I was an extra large. I was very happy to hear that.
Yeah, well, there's an XL. There's an XL if you want to have it.
It'll be a real baggy one.
Yeah.
Not as big as you think.
And there's a beanie as well.
Oh, yes.
You want a beanie?
Well, it'd hide my pointy ears, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we've got shirts and beanies in now. And then I'm also looking at, I inquired with them the other week, we're probably going to do a hoodie for winter. So I'll probably order some hoodies in over the next couple of weeks. And they'll probably hopefully land around June, middle of June, end of June.
Awesome. Good time. It's when cold snaps really coming in hard.
What do you prefer, a hoodie or a zip up?
Man, probably a zip up.
Okay.
To be honest.
Yeah, I think the zip up, because I've got the hoodie on now and they're super they're heavy duty.
If you get too hot, you can't do anything.
That's why I'm sitting here and in front of the lights. I'm like, it's a bit warm.
Is it jacket? You can unzip and be like, I got a little bit of air coming back in.
All right, maybe a zip up. So keep an eye out for that. We might do a slightly different sort of design, but it'll be something like nice and small sort of logos as these sort of ones, so it won't be over the top. But yeah, beautiful. That'll come in hopefully by June sometime. But yeah, I think it was good.
We're good.
Yeah. 28 minutes.
Wow, yeah, that did the job.
Yeah, it was good. Good to have you back on. We'll have to get you back on with a few stories sometime. Yeah.
Anytime.
And if you've got anything you want to rant about, just let me know and we'll bring you back on.
Happily.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get more as comp prep gets more intense.
Oh, yeah, as you get crankier with comp prep. But something grinds your gear this week.
What? A lot of, comp prep comes down to state of mind. If you want to be, cranky and hungry, you'll be that. But if you, have a better attitude or outcome about things.
Well, I always remind people, remember you're choosing to do it.
Yeah.
And so if you're complaining, I've got no sympathy for competitors when they complain to me.
I agree.
Because it's you're choosing to do it. If you're suffering that much and you can't get through it, then don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
I think that's good advice.
All right. Cool. We'll see you next week.